Tonight on Alaska's news source, multiple people are rescued from Peak 3 in the Glen Alps after an avalanche. Details ahead.
New information in what led up to the moments that shots rang out at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I'm Kate Trunasov in Washington with the latest.
And as our spring storm begins to dissipate, winds and cloudy skies move into much of the state to start the work week.
And the Comic-Con makes an appearance in Anchorage this weekend. We introduce you to a few people's voices you may recognize.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Multiple people had to be dug out of an avalanche near Anchorage's Flat Top Mountain that left one man needing a trip to the hospital. Alaska State Troopers say it happened yesterday around 4:30 p.m., about 2 miles east of the Flat Top parking lot. Alaska Mountain Rescue Group says it happened on Peak 3 in the Glen Alps. Troopers got the call that the 42-year-old man was caught in the avalanche and broke his leg. The man says he thought the 4 other hikers he was with had been buried in the avalanche. Multiple agencies responded, and troopers say 2 skiers dug out the 4 hikers. The man who reported to have a broken leg was taken to the hospital. Through the weekend, high winds and heavy rain traversed the Aleutian chain, but now we're shifting our attention to inland regions. Bailey, what can we expect as the week starts?
Thank you, Michaela. Yeah, we are expecting some of these winds to begin to build into South Central. We are still expecting those strong winds to remain in the Aleutians by Monday, but expect some of those winds to pick up, especially for Hillside, Anchorage, and even into Eagle River. But as we look ahead with our weather headlines, of course, those strong winds continuing across the Aleutians to start off your work week. Winds picking up to 45 and even 50 mile per hour wind gusts into South Central. But these showers are expected to return to Anchorage by this week, mostly by Tuesday. That's really the day we're expecting that next front to begin to shift in. But on our satellite and radar, you can see all of that wet weather associated with that frontal system from the storm sitting in the Bering Sea, where you can see that little spiral. But lots of those wet conditions are moving through areas like Bethel and up to Nome. But as we zoom in just a little closer on South Central, this is really where we're expecting some of those winds to begin to build. Now we have this wind advisory issued from Monday at noon all the way through early Tuesday morning, with winds up to about 40 miles per hour from the southeast direction and gusts up to 55 and even 65 miles per hour. This is mostly relevant for areas on Hillside and even into Eagle River, but areas downtown can expect some fairly strong winds to build as well. Winds are mostly expected to pick up by the time Monday afternoon into the overnight hours approach, kind of that timeline between Monday at noon into Tuesday morning when that wind advisory is issued. But in general, expect those winds to begin to pick up across the region. As we look ahead for your Monday, in Anchorage, mostly cloudy skies expected. Dry conditions will remain until the overnight hours. High temperatures up to 47 degrees, but into Fairbanks, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies with temperatures really begin to climb. Low to the mid-50s are those highs for Fairbanks, but into Juneau, cloudy skies will begin to shift in, but dry weather will remain. Into areas like Bethel, we are drying off just a little bit more, but rain is expected to build into areas in South Central from the Copper River Basin into the eastern Kenai Peninsula. But as we look ahead for tomorrow, really embrace those warmer temperatures into the interior, with temperatures climbing in the mid to upper 40s in South Central.
It's shaping up to be a festive summer in Alaska as the nation celebrates its 250th anniversary this year. The Alaska Department of Natural Resources came to Fairbanks to present on the America 250 celebrations that are being called the Week of Dreams. The state's historian says much of this will focus on baseball in Alaska, which she says started in the state in 1868. But these celebrations will include historic games in Fairbanks and Anchorage, as well as visits from MLB players. And Explore Fairbanks is helping organize events that will take place as part of America 250. Celebrations will likely span from June to August, with the Midnight Sun Run being one of the first events. One of Washington's most star-studded nights became an active crime scene last night. As Katrin Asaf reports, it came after shots rang out at the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner with President Donald Trump in attendance.
Investigators are still reviewing what led up to the moment that shots rang out at the Washington Hilton behind me, but they say they believe the suspected shooter was trying to target Trump administration officials. Chaos at one of Washington's biggest events. The sound of gunshots sending guests diving under tables at the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner, the first President Trump has attended as commander-in-chief, now the center of a shooting investigation.
Well, thank you very much.
Hours later, the president briefed reporters at the White House still in their evening wear, providing new details on what led to the panic and what exactly happened outside the Washington Hilton ballroom doors.
A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons.
31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen of California is accused of rushing past security, opening fire and hitting a Secret Service agent in their bulletproof vest before being subdued and taken into custody. Law enforcement believe he was staying at that hotel as a guest and was attempting to target members of the Trump administration. Officers stopped him well before he could make it to the ballroom. But security was quick to whisk away the president and members of his cabinet, leaving attendees shocked and scrambling to figure out what just happened.
It was very quick. There wasn't a lot of time to be thinking because it was a matter of seconds before we were out the door.
Allen is facing multiple firearm and assault charges and will be arraigned in court Monday. As for the dinner, the rest of the night was canceled and guests told to evacuate the hotel, with Trump and organizers promising the celebration of the First Amendment will continue in the shadow of a terrifying night.
We'll do it again within the next 30 days, and we'll make it bigger and better and even nicer.
In Washington, I'm Katrin Asaf.
Downtown Anchorage today, bustling with fans of just about anything you can name. Charlie Fellows takes us there as they were gathering for a yearly Comic-Con.
Thousands headed downtown Sunday for day 2 of Arctic Comic-Con, with events spanning all 3 floors of the Denina Center. Vendors, celebrity meet and greets, gaming tournaments, and plenty more. This year brought out some big names to the last frontier for the first time, including Kathleen Herles, the original voice of Dora the Explorer, and Mindy Sterling, known for her role in the Austin Powers franchise, both enjoying their stays.
I mean, it's a little cold for me because I'm from LA, so, but it's worth it, and it's just really beautiful.
Everyone's been so nice. I feel all of the Dora love, and it's been so great. I'm sad it's only 2 days, but I'm sure it'll just keep growing, and then maybe I'll be back.
A great opportunity for folks to meet some names they know, and for those names to get to know Alaska.
The views are insane. My husband and I keep saying they look painted, like that's how unreal it looks. We were able to do a glacier cruise a few days ago, and that was just magnificent. We saw glaciers, we saw otters, and it was just picturesque.
It's year number 7 for the con, with attendance up significantly from last year, per co-founder Mike LaJoy. For him, nothing beats seeing all the hard work come to fruition.
I spend 52 weeks planning this event every year. Brad Erickson at Erickson Events, and I work together very closely. I'm blessed with one of the best teams I could ever ask for, and we literally work all year to put this weekend on. And it's bigger this year than it's ever been, and it's going to continue to grow.
This is the second of this 2-day event, but rest assured, preparations for the 2027 con are already underway. Charlie Fellows, Alaska's news source.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.